Welcome to using HeritageQuest Online. HeritageQuest Online is a database of databases with more than 4.4 billion U.S. and international genealogical records dating back to the 1700s. These collections include city directories, local, county, state, and federal records like U.S. and international censuses, and much more. In today's class, we'll explore some of these collections and discuss some tips for maximizing the research potential of this database. HeritageQuest Online is one of the many genealogy databases available for home use to MCPL Access Pass holders and for use in any MCPL branch, as well as many other libraries and genealogy and historical societies across the country. MCPL card holders can easily access this database through the MGC homepage, MidwestGenealogyCenter.org, by selecting Browse Databases and then scrolling to H for HeritageQuest Online. When prompted, you'll need to enter your MCPL Access Pass library card number. Welcome to the HeritageQuest Online homepage. As you can see, a number of the HeritageQuest Online collections can be accessed directly from this homepage. In today's class, however, we're going to work our way across the red navigation bar, beginning with the search link, which is circled, which will take us to these same collections and more found in the HeritageQuest database. Our first example today will be from the first collection shown here, Search Census. The HeritageQuest Online Census collection includes censuses from Argentina, the Czech Republic, the Netherlands, and several other countries in addition to the U.S. federal censuses, which began in 1790. Note that the search function is fundamentally the same for each of the HeritageQuest collections, and as an Ancestry product, Ancestry users will likely feel right at home with the HeritageQuest Online search process. If you are new to using census records for genealogy, we strongly recommend you schedule time to take our Census Records Research class to learn more about this amazing genealogy tool. In today's class, however, we will only have time to address some basic census research tips. The HeritageQuest Online U.S. Census collection includes the U.S. federal censuses back to the very first federal census in 1790, and ending with the most recent federal census available to the public, the 1950 census, which was released to the public on April 1st, 2022. This collection also includes special population schedules such as the 1850 and 1860 slave schedules and Indian census rolls collected from 1885 to 1940. As well as mortality schedules and other non-population schedules conducted during the mid to late 1800s. There are two ways to conduct a census search on HeritageQuest Online. Option 1 is to perform a general census search by filling in the basic search fields found on the top of the page, first, middle, and last names, location, and so forth. Or option 2 is to focus your search on a specific census by selecting just one census from the list found below the basic search box, such as the 1830 U.S. federal census. For this class, we've selected the 1900 federal census and entered ancestor Charles Pye along with his hometown of Easton, Massachusetts. Notice the drop-down menu which appeared below the location boxes we typed, providing us with a list of county and states from which to choose. This can be quite helpful, especially if you do not know the county in which a city is located, or if the city itself has a particularly challenging spelling. Also notice that on the right, the HeritageQuest Browse function offers us still another way to view the U.S. federal census online. By entering a state and then county, township, and/or enumeration district if possible in the Browse This Collection field, the database will display all of the original census pages for the area you've identified in the selected census year, allowing us to perform our own search of a community's census records for our ancestor. In short, search fields on the left initiate a computer search of indexed entries for search terms provided. In this case, Charles Pye of Easton, Bristol County, Massachusetts. The browse fields, which are on the right, display images of the original handwritten census entries, which we would then browse as we search for Charles and family. Let's see what results the computer found for our search terms by clicking the blue search button. So the computer search produced over 700 results. While it's good to have options, we now have way too many to realistically review. So we may want to go back and adjust or edit our search with the pencil icon, adding info about Charles, such as the names of other family members or his date of birth, marriage, etc. We might also adjust the bullseye filters in this same left sidebar to control how closely the displayed results must match the information we provided in our search. We can click and drag or slide these bullseyes to the left to broaden the search parameters, or move the bullseyes to the right to limit the results to matches that more closely match our original search information. Search results are displayed in order of relevance to our search terms, and we know from previous research that the wife of our Charles Pye was named Susan, confirming that we need to take a more detailed look at the first entry in our list of results. If we hover over the blue View Record, it will give us a better peek at this result. We can also click on that same View Record to completely open up this record for review. Here you see the information from that first search result. The top image shows the indexed information found on the original census page image. From this screen, you could, number one, select Print to print this indexed page or to save it to a flash drive. Two, you can send this document to yourself or to someone else through email. Or three, you can click on the image of the original document to view the original census page. The note below this image reminds us that not all information on the record image has been transcribed. In short, we always want to take the time to view the original image. The bottom image shows the original census entries for Charles and family, which was option 3. As you can see, the HeritageQuest Online database has highlighted our search, which is Charles Pye, in yellow, and others living in the same household in green to help us quickly locate our search name on the page. Like Ancestry.com and Ancestry Library Edition, original images can be printed or downloaded or saved using the database's tools, their wrench icon. This can also be emailed home through the Save button, which you will find in the top right corner of the screen displaying the original document. Let's look at one more blue-titled collection, city directories. City directories are a great way to track ancestors between census years. In addition to the names of local cemeteries and churches, which are excellent to note for future research, city directory listings for individuals typically include name and address of the person, whether they rent or own their home, his or her occupation, the name of a spouse, and sometimes even a death date. The HeritageQuest Online collection of city directories includes over 1.5 million records from around the U.S. ranging from the 1820s to the 1980s. Notice that the search form for searching city directories is nearly identical to the one we filled out to search the census. Like our earlier census search, the results that most closely match our search parameters will be displayed first in our results list. For today's class, we've searched for Charles Pye's son, James Pye, who lived in Stoughton, Massachusetts, with his wife, Ethel. Note that the computer again offers us options for county and state once we start typing Stoughton. With over 13,000 results, it's time to talk about filter boxes. You'll see that the editing pencil and the bullseye filters, both circled on the left of this screenshot, are once again available to help us revise our initial search and cast off results that are less likely to be our James Pye. Before we move on to view the record of result number 2, the 1921 City Directory for James and Ethel Pye, note that to the left of this results list, you are given the option to learn more about this database. Use this blue link to find out exactly which city directories, locations, and publication dates are included in the HeritageQuest Online collection. In the case of James and Ethel Pye, if this collection did not include any directories from Stoughton and the 1920s, we would not want to take much time searching for James and Ethel in this database's city directories. As with the census results, you can view record to see the indexed information, which is at the top, or view image directly from the results list at the bottom. You can also access the original image from the indexed record as shown here. Both indexed view and original offer the option to send the document through email or print, download, or save to your computer. Genealogists enjoy city directories because of the information, the extra information that can be found in these pages. At the bottom of this slide, you'll see a portion of the original 1921 Stoughton City Directory listing for James and Ethel. From this, we learn the following. James and his wife Ethel live in a house at 21 Monk and that he is the fire chief. Their son Frederick, a lieutenant with the Stoughton Fire Department, and his wife Frida live with James and Ethel. William Pye died recently but is still included in this directory. Previous research indicates he is Frederick's half-brother. The United States Serial Set Database contains the documents of Congress from 1789 to 1969, including the American State Papers from 1789 to 1838 and the United States Congressional Serial Set from 1817 to 1969. Among other things, this 140,000 item HeritageQuest Online collection could be important to your research if an ancestor was denied a military pension, held a land grant from a king, these had to be registered in Congress or the land could go to someone else, worked for the federal government, or was divorced in Washington, D.C. This example begins with a search for Susan Decatur, widow of Commodore Stephen Decatur, U.S. naval hero of the early 1800s. As we've seen in earlier examples, the left image is search fields. You'll enter a name, keywords, and/or document date range. But remember, less is more with initial search efforts. We've entered only Susan's name for our search. The right image is the results. Again, these sort by relevance unless you change the sort by setting. Let's continue by looking at the top 19 December 1825 example, clicking on the blue title to view this first result. Selecting a result opens a detailed record summary like the image displayed on the left. Circled here are links to the hits, the instances of your search term in the document, and to the first section where you can access and read the full document. Each page of the document also provides links to the next hit and to the next page in the document. If you are interested in learning more about the U.S. Serial Set and its uses for family historians, go to www.archives.gov and search for the U.S. Serial Set in the search bar for articles about this resource. Back to the navigation bar search button and to the green titled Revolutionary War Pensions Collection, which includes an estimated 80,000 pension and bounty land warrant application files from both officers and enlisted men who served in all branches of the American military. Remember, you can also access military records back to this time period using MCPL's Fold 3 database or on National Archive microfilm at MGC and other libraries across the country. Earlier we discussed that entering info into a search field initiates a computer search of indexed entries for search terms provided, while the browse function leads to images of original documents which you can then browse on your own as you look for your ancestors' records. Circled on this slide is the browse function for the HeritageQuest Online Revolutionary War Pension Bounty Land Application Files collection. Use this option to browse these records by surname. While records vary in length and content, our sample search for Aaron Burr of New Jersey, shown on the bottom right, accesses 133 pages of original records produced by Burr in 1829 to prove his service, and in later years by his widow Eliza and others regarding her pension request for his service. 133 pages is a lot to view and print or save during a visit to MGC or another library, but remember, this is a database that's accessible from home, allowing you additional time to view the information and select specific pages to print or download and save. After returning to the search page once more, we arrive at one last example from the green titled collection, the Freedmen's Bank Records 1865 to 1871. The Freedmen's Savings and Trust Company was formed in 1865 by an act signed by President Abraham Lincoln to guide the economic development of freed slaves. This collection provides personal information for the depositors of the 29 branches of this bank, which were located predominantly in southern states in the years immediately following the end of the Civil War. Information, of course, varies from record to record, but it typically includes the names of family members, the birthplace of the account holder, and the name of employer, or, for some newly freed former slaves, the name of the former enslaver or plantation, offering new avenues of research for family historians researching their African American ancestors. We're using this example to remind you to scroll down below each search field to learn more about each individual collection. In addition to historical information about the Freedmen's Savings and Trust Company, one of the other things you learn about this collection is that an additional 41,000 new records were added just last fall in August of 2021. Back to search. This time we've jumped below the blue and green titled collections to the section entitled Search Maps and Photos, selecting U.S. Indexed County Land Ownership Maps to demonstrate still another type of record search for our Charles Pye of Stoughton, Massachusetts. You'll remember that the HeritageQuest Online search results display in order of relevance, but as you can see in the results displayed above the map on this slide, the most relevant result for this search was a C. Pye in Stoughton. The location is a match, and the 1888 date aligns with our previous information on Charles, so we've opted to view this record, learning that only Charles's first initial was recorded on the land map, so that's the way it was indexed. Unlike most other HeritageQuest Online records, search terms do not appear highlighted on these maps. After selecting the record, we searched the image, located, and then highlighted Charles's section of land for discussion purposes today. HeritageQuest Online's international records are among the most extensive available for home use. As discussed earlier, after selecting a general location, always remember to scroll down below the featured collections to see all the resources available in that part of the world. For this example, we've chosen to follow the Pye family back to Great Britain, accessing the Great Britain Selected Deaths and Burials from 1778 to 1988 collection from the UK and Irish Directory. Previous research on Charles Pye indicated his father was named William Pye, and this particular search produced only one result. Good thing the death date matched our earlier research. While this result only allows us to view the indexed copy of the record, there is enough information to extend our research, including an FHL film number, which we may be able to use through FamilySearch.org to call up and view the original image. In addition to records, HeritageQuest Online also offers tips from genealogy experts to help us research more effectively. These research aids can be accessed on the red navigation bar next to search. Topics include general tips, aids for working with census, using timelines for your genealogy, and more. When you select a topic, a PDF document, much like the MGC Ready Reference Guides, will be displayed. You can read, save, or print these PDFs. Next to Search and Research Aids, you'll find a tab that leads to Maps. These maps, from the Map Guide to the U.S. Federal Censuses, 1790 to 1920, by William Thorndale and William Dollarhide, illustrate the changing county boundaries within each state as they were defined for each U.S. federal census from 1790 to 1920. Understanding county boundary changes can help target our research while also explaining how our ancestors' farmland appears to move from one county to another between censuses. This HeritageQuest Online map collection includes a number of pre-statehood maps like this 1810 Missouri Territorial map. Notice the 5 original counties as well as the unattached and Indian lands overlaid in black print, which overlay the Missouri's modern counties displayed in white print below. Are you ready to learn more? From Midwest Genealogy Center's homepage, check out the free, self-paced online classes accessed through the Get Started tab, or browse the Events section to learn about upcoming classes and special events. Classes are always free, but registration is necessary to reserve your place. Thank you for watching our class on using HeritageQuest Online. If you have any questions, feel free to email us at mgc@mymcpl.org or visit our website at www.midwestgenealogycenter.org, which are both shown on the screen.